Alrighty, folks. Shout out to my nephew Julian, who pooped on the potty this morning for the first time. Good job, little buddy. All right, guys, got some good news and got some bad news for you. I'll start with the good first. We did manage to cash in on 2 premium plays on my website yesterday. We had the Twins and the Phillies, both got the job done. It's going to improve our record to 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package plays on my website. And the good news is I have another board member tier package play going off here today. And if you sign up for that membership, you're going to get access to that package every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. You're also going to get access to the board member podcast every single day during that time frame. Now, the bad news is this. We did drop our $1.99 daily best play yesterday. Could not cash that ticket. And that's going to drop us down to 8-2 in our last 10 daily best plays in that package. Good for just 80% during that span. But if you think I can redeem myself here today and cash in on that play, I do have another daily best play going off here today. And once again, folks, if you sign up for that membership, you're going to get access to that package every single day for the next 30 days. Math works out to be just 6 cents a day. That is absolutely insane. Guys, I currently have over 550 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Angels at the Blue Jays, 3:07 Eastern first pitch. Toronto's minus $120, totals 9 runs. Alek Manoah for Toronto, Reed Detmers for Los Angeles. And even though Detmers has a bad record, it ain't for a lack of strikeouts. The lefties punched out 122 batters this year. The Angels also got the W in 3 out of Detmers' last 5 starts. 25 total runs they scored during that stretch. And, of course, a lot of that is thanks to Shohei Ohtani, who's got 39 homers, 81 runs batted in. The Phenom currently has an OPS of 1.077. Meanwhile, Mickey Moniak's hitting .332 with an OPS of 967 himself. Despite all their injuries, the Angels are arguably the best road-hitting team in the game. They're averaging 9.6 hits a game in their travels. They're facing Alek Manoah here today. He might have a rough go of things. The righty's just 2-8 on this season with an ERA in the 6s. Strikeouts are down for Manoah this year, and walks are up. He's punched out just 62 batters compared to 51 walks. And surprisingly, the Blue Jays are playing just .500 baseball against American League competition. They're getting all their wins against National League opponents. Rendon, Drury, Adele, and Neto are still out for Los Angeles. Mike Trout should be available. The Angels are 63% to the over when they bat first. Toronto's 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Alek Manoah starts. Give me the Angels plus $1 over 9. Next contest, Tigers, Marlins, 4:10 Eastern first pitch. Miami's minus 155, totals 8 runs. Johnny Cueto for the Fish, Bo Breesky for Detroit. Both pitchers with very small experience here this season. They've got just 15 innings of work between the both of them. I think it's like 15 and 2/3 innings between the both of them. But the thing that's probably going to hurt Detroit is their bats. These guys average just 7.4 hits a game on the road. That is the worst in the American League in that category. Now, Detroit's also struggled against National League competition. They've got a losing record in their interleague road games. They're facing a Miami team who's been feasting on AL competition this year. These guys have a .667 win percentage against the American League. They're also 10-3 in their last 13 interleague home games. And a lot of that is thanks to, well, the best hitter in the game, Luis Arraez. He's batting .380 with an OPS in the 900s. He went a casual 3-for-4 yesterday in their win over the Tigers. Meanwhile, Brian De La Cruz and Jorge Soler, they have well over 100 RBI between the both of them. Now, Davis, Garcia, and Chisholm are still out. Jesus Sanchez out of the lineup here today as well. 3 out of Miami's last 4 at Lone Depot Park fell under the total. Detroit went 60% to the under in their last 10. Give me Miami minus $1.55, under 8. Next matchup, Phillies Pirates, 7:05 Eastern first pitch. Philadelphia's minus $1.70, totals 9. Aaron Nola for the Fightins, Quinn Priester for Pittsburgh. And out of just 10 2/3 innings of work this year, Quinn Priester has given up a whole bunch of runs. He's got an ERA of 9.28 along with a 1.50 whip. The Pirates also have a tough time generating runs. They're in the bottom 5 in the National League in runs per game. They're facing Aaron Nola, who's got 133 strikeouts and a 1.07 whip. Now, the Phils have also been excellent at the plate on the road. These guys are a top 5 hit-producing lineup away from home. Bryson Stott, he hits .302 with 19 stolen bases. Kyle Schwarber, 5th in the bigs in home runs. Christian Pache still out for Philly. Hayes and Bay inactive for Pittsburgh. 7 out of Philly's last 10 ball games fell under the total. They also went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 meetings with Pittsburgh. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Give me the Phillies minus $1.70, under 9. Next matchup, Guardians White Sox, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Cleveland's $1.30, totals 9.5. Logan Allen for the Guardians, Mike Clevinger for Chicago. And even though Clevy's had some good outings this year, he's recorded only 3 wins. He's just 3-4 in the season with a 1.36 whip. The Chicago hitters have also done a poor job producing runs. They're currently in the bottom 5 in the American League in runs per game. They're going to have to face Logan Allen, who's recorded only 3 losses in 74+. The lefty comes into today's start with a solid 3.39 ERA. And even though they're not really explosive offensively, the Guardians are a really tough out at the plate, especially on the road. Cleveland's in the top 5 in the American League in hits per game while traveling. They also strike out fewer times a game than any other lineup in the league. Josh Naylor, he's got the 4th most RBI in the majors, 7th highest batting average. Meanwhile, Stephen Kwan leads the roster in runs scored. The Guardians are 11-4 to the under in their last 15 road games against divisional opponents. They're also 24-7 to the under in all of their contests against the AL Central, regardless of location. Give me Cleveland minus 130, under 9.5. All right, next contest. Twins, Royals, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Minnesota's minus 185, totals 9.5. Bailey Ober for Minnesota. Jordan Lyles for Kansas City. Now the Royals, they just keep throwing this guy out there. You got to feel for Lyles. And what I mean by that is, well, Lyles was a double-digit win guy in 3 out of his last 4 seasons. But, man, this has been a miserable stint for Lyles in Kansas City. He's just 1-12 on the year through 107 innings. And no real surprise here, guys, he's got an ERA in the 6s. Now, the Royals are scoring fewer runs a game than any other lineup except for Oakland, so even if he throws well, might not mean anything. They're facing Bailey Ober here today, who's real tough to hit against. The righty's got an ERA in the 2s along with a .97 whip. And as a matter of fact, this could arguably be the best pitching staff in the game. I don't think a lot of folks are talking about them enough with regard to their arms. The Twins strike out more batters per 9 than any other staff in the league, and they also allow a league-low 7.2 hits a game while traveling. Lewis, Gordon, and Miranda are still out for Minnesota. Beatty and Prado out for KC. The Royals are 22-16 to the under against American League Central opponents. 5 out of their last 8 Jordan Lyles starts fell under the total as well. And in Minnesota's last 10 meetings with the Royals, they held KC to just 3.3 runs a game. So once again, if you're into historical trends, Certainly want to think about that one there. Give me Minnesota minus 185, under 9.5. Next matchup, Nats-Mets, 7:10 p.m. East. The New York Mets are minus $1.70, totals 9.5. Carlos Carrasco for New York, Patrick Corbin for Washington. Now, Corbin's lost 11 games this year and has an ERA in the 5s. When it comes to offensive production, the Nats are in the top 10 in runs per game. They're facing a Mets club who does tend to pitch well at home. These guys allow just 7.5 hits a game in their own stadium. They're in the top 3 in the National League in that particular category. The Mets also got the W in 2 out of their last 3 Carlos Carrasco starts. They scored 21 total runs during that short stretch. Pete Alonso's 3rd in the bigs in home runs, 8th in RBI. Brandon Nimmo's the club leader in hits. Now, Marte and Guillorme are still out for the Mets. 4 out of New York's last 5 home games fell under the number. They also went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. The Nationals, on the other side, went 10-4 to the under in their last 14 divisional road games. Give me the Mets minus $1.70, under 9.5. Next ball game, Red Sox-Giants, 7:15 East. Boston's $1.15 on the road here, totals 8 runs. James Paxton for Boston, Ryan Walker for San Francisco. Now, both teams with very formidable pitchers on the bump. Ryan Walker's got himself an ERA in the 2s. James Paxton's recorded only 2 losses and has a 1.00 whip. When it comes to offensive production, both teams have some sluggers who can really pound the baseball. So, if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line, run line, or total in this one, this game is being featured as my MLB tier package play on patreon.com/BrockPage. And just a reminder, guys, if you sign up for my Major League Baseball package, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And of course, as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships for the next 30 days. Absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. No free pick for this game. Next matchup, Cubs-Cardinals, 7:15 East. St. Louis is $1.20, totals 10. Adam Wainwright for St. Louis, Jameson Taillon for Chicago. And even though Taillon's numbers stink, the Cubbies love winning for the guy. They got the W in their last 3 straight Taillon starts. Meanwhile, at the plate, they scored 27 total runs during that small stretch I just mentioned. Nico Horner's got the most runs, hits, and RBI on the team. Cody Bellinger's hitting .319. They're facing Adam Wainwright, who's got just 3 wins on the year and an ERA in the 7s. And equally as bad, Waino's got himself a disgusting, despicable, ugly 1.92 whip. The Redbirds lost 6 out of their last 8. They're allowing double-digit hits a game at Busch Stadium. Tommy Edmonds still out for St. Louis. Rios and Madrigal still out for Chicago. 8 out of the Cubbies' last 10 ball games got over the number. St. Louis went 70% to the over in their last 10. Give me Chicago plus $1 over 10. Next game, Yankees O's, 7:15 Eastern, first pitch. Baltimore is $1.20 at home here, totals 9. Tyler Wells for Baltimore, Clark Schmidt for New York. Schmidt has an ERA in the 4s along with a 1.32 whip. One of the weaker starters in that rotation. The Bombers have also been terrible at the plate. They're a bottom 3 hit-producing team in the American League. They're taking on a Boston club who's in the top 10 in run production. Adley Rutschman's the team leader in hits. Ryan O'Hearn's hitting .302. And even if the O's struggle at the dish, they've got the better of the 2 starters in this matchup here today in Tyler Wells. Wells has 110 strikeouts and a .99 whip. Hicks and Mullins are still out for Baltimore. Jake Bowers is questionable for New York. The Yankees saw 3 out of their last 5 road games get over the number. Baltimore is 60% to the under. Let me try that again. The Yankees saw 3 out of their last 5 road games stay under the number. Baltimore is 60% to the under in their last 10. Give me Baltimore minus $1.20, under 9. Next contest should be a good one. Rays, Astros, 7:15 Eastern first pitch. Houston's $1.30 at home, totals 8.5. Hunter Brown for the Astros, Taj Bradley for Tampa Bay. And even though Bradley's allowed his fair share of runs, the starting pitcher struck out 95 batters this year, and he's got a handful of wins. Now, the Rays also get a lot of runners on base when they travel. They're a top 5 hit-producing lineup in the American League on the road. Yandy Diaz, he has the 5th highest batting average in the major leagues. He's also the club leader in hits. Meanwhile, Randy Arozarena, he scored 60 times, and he also has 62 runs batted in. They're facing Hunter Brown on the mound for Houston, and he's given up his fair share of runs as well. The righty's got an ERA in the 4s, along with a 1.32 whip. And even though Brown's been a big strikeout guy, he does come into today's ball game with 7 losses on the year and a losing record. Now, the Astros have also had some difficulties at the plate in Minute Maid Park. They're a bottom 5 hit-producing team in the American League at home. Give me Tampa Bay plus $1.10, over 8.5. Next matchup, Brewers, Braves, 7:20 p.m. East. Atlanta's the $2 favorite at home, totals 10. Bryce Elder for Atlanta, Julio Teheran for Milwaukee. Now, Teheran's recorded only 2 wins this season, and he has a losing record. And a lot of that is due to some poor offense. The Brewers are a bottom 5 run producing lineup. They're facing Bryce Elder for the Braves, and he's been very good. 7-2 record, 3.30 ERA. And of course, the Braves are a top 3 run producing lineup. Ronald Acuna's got the 3rd highest batting average and OPS average in the majors. Matt Olson leads the National League in homers and RBI. Tellez and Anderson are still out for Milwaukee. The Brewers did see 3 out of their last 4 road games fall under the number. They're also 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me Atlanta minus 1.5, under 10. Next ball game, A's, Rockies, 8:10 p.m. East. Both clubs are minus $1.10. Pretty much a coin flip in this one. Totals 12 runs. Chris Flexen making his return for Colorado. Paul Blackburn for Oakland. Blackburn has recorded just 1 win through 48 innings. Blackburn's got an ERA in the 5s along with a 1.58 whip. Now, the A's have yet to reach 30 wins on the season, and they have the lowest. They're the lowest run-producing team in the game. Guys have not reached 30 wins yet. They're facing a Colorado team who pounds the baseball at Coors Field. These guys are a top 5 hit-producing lineup at home in the National League. Ryan McMahon, he's the club leader in hits, 3.1 wins above replacement. Randall Grichuk, he bats .305. Now, Chris Bryant's still out for Colorado. Ruiz and Noda inactive for Oakland. The A's are 67% to the over in their interleague road games. Meanwhile, Colorado saw their 4 Chris Flexen starts back in April get over the total. Give me Colorado minus $1.10, over dozen. Next game, Mariners D-backs, 8:10 p.m. East. Seattle's $1.20, totals 9.5. Brian Wu for Seattle, Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona. Now, Pfaadt's probably going to spot these guys a handful of runs. He's got an ERA close to 9, along with a dismal 0-4 record. And of course, as a team, the D-backs, I don't know, kind of collapsing here. They lost 7 out of their last 8 ball games, and they gave up a metric shit ton of runs in the process. They're facing a Seattle club who's really starting to turn things around here. They're starting to turn it on a bit. Seattle got the W in 6 out of their last 8, and they're getting some really good production out of their pitching staff. The M's walk fewer batters per 9 than any other team besides one. They're also allowing under 8.1 hits per game. Pollock and Kelenic are still out for Seattle. Moreno inactive for Arizona. The D-backs are 10-3 to the under against the American League at Chase Field. They're also 67% to the under in all of their interleague ball games. Now, Seattle's gone 10-5 to the under against National League opponents on the road. Give me Seattle minus $1.20, under 9.5. Next ball game, Rangers. Padres, 8:40 p.m. East. San Diego's $1.75, totals 9. Yu Darvish for the Pods, Martin Perez for Texas. Now, strikeouts are down, ERA's up for the lefty Perez, but the only thing that matters is W's, and the Rangers continue to win for the guy. Good things happen when Perez makes the start. He's recorded only 3 losses and 102-plus innings this year. The Rangers also got the W in 4 out of their last 5 Martin Perez starts. They scored 39 total runs during that time frame. And, of course, this is the most dangerous lineup in the American League, arguably the most dangerous lineup in the entire big leagues right now. But definitely in the AL. I mean, these guys strike fear in the hearts of opposing pitchers. Guys like Marcus Semien, team leader in hits. Adolis Garcia, well, he just has the most RBI in the majors right now. They're facing Yu Darvish, who's got an ERA close to 5, along with a 1.31 whip. Now, these Pods batters just can't hit. In the bottom 5 in the National League in hits per game. Seager and Heim are out for the Rangers. 3 out of San Diego's last 4 contests at Petco Park fell under the total. They're also 70% to the under in their last 10. Give me the Rangers plus 1.5, under 9. And with that, folks, saving the best for last because I've got a good little segment that I'm about to get into with this game. You probably know what it is. Anyway, Reds, Dodgers, 9:10 Eastern for Reds, Dodgers, 9:10 Eastern first pitch. So excited, can't contain it. The Dodgers are minus $2. Totals 10.5. Emmett Sheehan for Los Angeles. Luke Weaver for Cincinnati. Now, Weaver may have some problems with this Dodger lineup. He's got an ERA of 7.20. He's recorded only 2 wins this year in 80 innings. And here it is. Because I've despised the LA De La Cruz glazing since day one, just your friendly reminder that he's batting only .264, OPS in the 700s, and he struck out in a third of his total at-bats this year. He's a .7 wins above replacement, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Cincy, they're facing a Dodger lineup who can score with the best of them. They're arguably the toughest lineup of hitters in the National League. Some numbers would actually indicate they're slightly more dangerous than Atlanta. Freddie Freeman's got the highest OPS average in the National League, second highest batting average in the entire major leagues as well. JD Martinez, he's 7th in homers and RBI respectively. Jake Marisnick, he's still out for the Dodgers. Kirk Casale inactive for Cincinnati. 3 out of LA's last 4 at Dodger Stadium got over the total. They're also 9-1 of the over in their last 10. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5, over 10.5 runs. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap for Saturday. Let's try that again. We did not say that well. Guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap for Saturday, July 29th, 2023. Give me the Angels plus $1, over 9. Marlins minus $1.55, under 8. Phillies minus $1.70, under 9. I'm hitting at 80% my last 10 daily best plays on my website. And the good news is today's daily best play is only going to cost you just $1.99. The link for my site is in my bio if you're watching me here on TikTok. Cleveland Guardians minus 130, under 9.5. Twins minus 185, under 9.5 runs. Mets minus 170, under 9.5. No free pick available for the Boston-San Francisco game. Cubbies plus $1, over 10. O's minus $1.20, under 9. Rays plus $1.10, over 8.5. Braves minus 1.5, under 10. Rockies minus $1.10, over 12. Mariners minus 120, under 9.5. Rangers plus 1.5, under 9. And with my next and final free pick for the video, Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 over 10.5 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that package every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single personal play of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, well, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube or TikTok. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.